Ladies and gentlemen,
Seekers of the stage,
denizens of the dramatic,
refugees from reality,
creatures of all heights, hues, and humors,
welcome to What Streams May Come, presented by Chaotic Tiefling Productions.
Tonight I am joined by the magically macabre and majestically mystifying Lady of Shadows, Jessica Skellington.
And I'm excited to join alongside the boisterous, bacchanalian Baron of Banter, Finnegan Archer, the Bloodhaven Bard.
Every 2 weeks, we have been bringing you a dramatic work from the bard of all bards, William Shakespeare, performed by thespians driven out of the stage lights by the perils of our present pandemic, leaving us without a place to perform our craft.
As we have done in our private readings with our local friends, Finn and I have chosen one of Shakespeare's plays and made an open call to performers.
What is unique about these readings is, aside from choosing the show, the casting is completely random. Through the magic of spreadsheet randomizers, each actor has an equal chance of being paired with any role, regardless of age, gender, etc.
As you will see, this often makes for hilarious interpretations of the characters, or provides a new spin on what you may have seen done in live theater.
Tonight's performance will be A Midsummer Night's Dream. To bring you this story, we welcome to the stream a talented troupe of troubadours. Players, as I call out tonight's cast of characters, please introduce yourself and say hello to the lovely audience. Starting from the top, we have Bottom.
Hang on, sorry. Hi, I'm Jordan. I will be playing Bottom and Pyramus.
We also have Lysander.
Hi there, my name is Julia.
Tonight playing Demetrius.
Hello, lovely audience. I'm Demetrius tonight.
Our fair Hermia this evening will be
Traveler Farlander, hello.
Joining us as the mighty Theseus, we have
Brian Clements.
performing as Peter Quince.
Greetings, friends and fiends, 'tis I, ye old dragon.
Gracing our stream as the lovely Helena.
Hi, folks. It's your friendly neighborhood Gleam Demon.
Tonight, our Robin Goodfellow will be played by
NATO at your service.
our mighty Lord Oberon will be
in his most fabulous role, KCT-92.
tonight playing the Lady of all Fairies, Titania.
Hi, Melodic Blue.
Playing flute for you this evening,
Hi, I'm Lindsay Zana.
the lovely and mighty Hippolyta will be played by
Hi, everyone. I'm Ruth.
playing both Snout and a fairy of the court.
Hi, it's Megan.
In multiple roles as Aegeus, Moth, and Snug the Joiner.
Hello, Sarah B. here.
Tonight playing Starveling we have,
Hey everyone, I'm Ian.
and in a rare treat for you tonight on What Streams May Come, Philostrate and Mustard Seed will be played by me, Finnegan Archer. I will also be joined playing Cobweb. Where are you, dearie?
You're muted, my love.
Aw, dang it.
Oh,
I had one
My
job,
dear.
guys. It's me! It's Babs! I get to do a thing tonight. Welcome.
yes, our offstage or our off-screen oracle now becomes our on-screen oracle. Yes, Babs will be playing Cobweb. And no, you did not have just one job. You tonight had one additional job, dear. And last but not least, playing Peace Blossom, my lovely Lady of Shadows.
It's gonna be me.
Fantastic. Thank you all.
But as you know, the best part of our show is you, our dear audience. Please let us know how you're liking it in the chat and share those comments that you would normally get shushed for in a live theater. Our performers may even join in the dialogue, along with Finn and myself. We humbly ask, though, that you keep it respectful, but please feel free to make jokes, talk about the characters or plot, compliment our actors, or maybe be a little bit bawdy.
I mean, this is Billy Shakes we're talking about, and we'd be doing him a disservice if we shied away from the quips, puns, and innuendos. However, we do have moderators watching the chat, so please be kind to one another and the actors on your screen.
With that said, we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Without further ado, let us to places for Act 1, Scene 1 of A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires, like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, illustrate. Stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and I won thy love, doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke!
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. My gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweet meats, messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
And what say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax, by him imprinted within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth. Examine well your blood, whether if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I to be in the shady cloister mute, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting fate hymns to the cold, fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they that master so their blood to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled, than that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwitched yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, for everlasting bond of fellowship. Upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest, for austerity, and a single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia. And Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander! True, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all my right of her, I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes, every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius's. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nater's daughter, Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess, I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof, but being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But, Demetrius, come, and come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death, or to avow single life. Come, my Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Demetrius, Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial and confer with you of something nearly that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Like for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, for aught that I could ever read, ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled to low.
or else McGruffed in respective years.
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged to young.
Or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Or, if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the coiled night, that, in a spleen, unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath power, say, behold! The jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true and crossed it stands as an edict in destiny, then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to lovers' thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager, of great revenue, and she has no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance to a morn of May. There I will stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when false Troyan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me. Truly, tomorrow will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves you, fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, your tongue sweet air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear, when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching. Oh, where favors so. Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear would catch your voice, my eye, your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited. The rest I'd give to you to be translated. Teach me how you look and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
That my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folony, Helena, is no fault of mine.
No, but your beauty, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow light, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time that lovers' flight doth still conceal, through Athens' gates we have devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsels sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet. And thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee, thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight, from lovers' food till morrow, deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or over other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know, and as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities. Things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings, and no eyes figure unheedy haste, and therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved in showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
All right, that's the end of Act 1, Scene 1, and we're on to Act 1, Scene 2.
Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally, man to man, according to the script.
Ah, here is the scroll of every man's name which is thought fit through. all Athens to play our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready? Name what part am I for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself. Most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performance of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure to the rest. Yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Heracles, rarely, or part to tear a cat and to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus's car shall shine from far and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now name the rest of the players. This is Heracles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
Ooh, what is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, Faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all. It's all one. You shall play it with a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Pyramus, my lover dear, thy Thisbe dear, and lady dear.
No. You must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner, you the lion's part. And here I hope the play is fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies. They would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would
hang us. Every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gently as my suckling dove. I will roar you and twere any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely, gentlemanlike man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Oh, why, what you will.
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple and green beard, or your French-colored corn beard, your perfect yellow.
Well, some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play barefaced. But masters, here are your parts. I entreat you, request you, and desire you to call them by tomorrow night and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight. There we will rehearse, and for if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged in company, and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of properties, such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains. Be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
All right, that is the end of Act 1.
Okay, you guys, like, the voices are all over the place again, and I'm living for it. I'm just living for it. You guys do it every time. I don't know. That was really short Act 1. I don't even have anything else to say other than I want to keep seeing you guys do stuff.
It's almost like a prologue in the way that it's just so short. It just sets the stage, and then the real like fun stuff doesn't happen until this next act.
Yep, this is where very fun stuff happens. So
All right, are we on to Act 2 for some fairy shenanigans?
love it. Let's do it.
All right, places for Act 2.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen. To the dew her orbs upon the green, the cowslips tall her pensioners be. In their gold coat spots you see, those be rubies, fairy favors. In those freckers lie their savors. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou whelp of spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all our elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. I take heed the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because she, as her attendant hath, a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And the jealous Oberon, he would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forces wild. Yet, but she perforce withholds the loved boy, and crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in the grove or green, by the fountain clear, or the spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all the elves for fear creep in acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not he that frights the maidens of the villagery, skim milk, and sometimes labor in the quern, and bootless make the breath-white housewife churn? And sometime make that drink bear no harm, mislead night wanderers, laughing at their harm? Those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet Puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speaketh all right. I'm the merry wanderer of the night. Jest to Oberon and make him smile when a fat and begun horse dude beguile, neighing in all lightness and filly fowl, and sometimes a look in the gospel's bowl, in a likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her river do let pour the ale. The wisest aunt telling her saddest tale, and sometimes for 3-foot stole, she mistaken me. And then I slip from her bum and topple down, and Tyler she cries and falls on the couch. And the whole choir holds the lips and laugh and within in the mirth and sneeze and swear, and merry hour never was wasted there. But room fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here, come from the farthest steep of India? But that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus foreshame Titania, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Glance at my credit with Hippolyta. Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Paraguana, whom he ravished, and make him with fair Aglis break his faith? With Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never, since the middle summer's spring, met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land, have every pelting river made so proud they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the ploughman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, and crows are fatted with the murrain flock. The 9 men's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green for lack of tread are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air, that rheumatic diseases do abound. And thorough this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Hame's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is, as in mockery, set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world, by their increase, now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votaress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood, when we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and with swimming gait following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles, and return again as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood do you intend to stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me the boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away! We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not have from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial voatress passed on, in maiden meditation fancy-free, yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk-white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower. The herb I showed thee once, the juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle around the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liqueur of it in her eyes. The next thing, then she waking upon looks, be it on lion or bear or wolf or bull, upon meddling monkey or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I'm invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldest me thou were stolen unto the wood, and here I am, and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in the plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel. And Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me than be used as your dog, as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood lack the worlds of company. For you in my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said that I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger, bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go. Or, if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
I, in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius. Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell to vie upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Robin?
Aye, there it is.
Hast thou the flower there? Oh, welcome, wanderer. I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in, and with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affect it with some care, that he may prove more fond of her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
All right. End of Act 1, Scene 1. Or, I'm sorry, end of Act 2, Scene 1. And now we're on to Act 2, Scene 2.
Come now, a rondel and a fairy song. Then for the third part of a minute, hence, some to kill cankers in the musk rosebuds, some war with rare mice for their leathern wings, to make my small elves coats, and some keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices, and let me rest.
You spotted snakes with double tongue, horny hedgehogs be not seen, newts and blind worms do no wrong, come not near our fairy queen. Philomel with melody, singing our sweet lullaby, la 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 lullaby, la 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 lullaby. Never harm nor spell no charm, come our lovely lady nigh, so good night with lullaby. Weaving spiders, come not here, hence you long spinners, hence. Beetles black, approach not near, worm nor snail, do no offense. Philomel with melody, singing our sweet lullaby, la 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 lullaby, la 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 lullaby. Never harm nor spell no charm, come our lovely lady nigh, so good night with lullaby.
Hence away. Now all is well. One aloof stand, sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy love, for thy true love's stake. Love and languish for his sake. Be it once ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye thou that shall appear when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and speak troth, I have forgot our way. Will rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out a bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as a pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one trough.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet, do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love never alter, till at thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen to that fair prayer, say I. And then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest I have gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force and stirring love. Night and silence. Who's this here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear, and this is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And here's the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. A pretty soul, she does not lie. Near this lack of love, I kill courtesy, curl upon his eyes. I throw all power this charm he doth owe. When thou waketh, let love forbid. Sleep his seat upon thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for now I must to Oberon.
Oh, Helena.
Stay. Thou thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril, I alone will go.
I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Oh, not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I am ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore, no marvel, though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's very eyne? But who is here? Lysander on the ground? Dead or asleep, I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What thou he love your Hermia, Lord, what thou? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who will not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I, being young, till now ripe not to reason. And touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born, when at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can, deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye, but you must flout for my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong, good sooth you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well, perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused, should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most of those they did deceive, so thou, my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated but the most of me, and all my powers address your love and might to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me. Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Me for pity, what a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent eat my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What, removed? Lysander, Lord? What, out of hearing gone? No sound, no word. Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves. I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive you all not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
All right, that's the end of Act 2.
Lovely. All the stage is set and all the traps are laid. Whereas Lysander just wanted to get laid, and he didn't get any of that at all. All the traps got laid instead of Lysander. Thirst trap though he is. Anyways, where were we? I just went sideways with that whole train of thought.
Sure did. The rhyming game and everything, you bard.
Sorry, guilty as charged. Anyways, this is the part of the show where we take a very brief intermission of 15 minutes. I know we're early in the show tonight to do it, but it is the end of Act 2, and it goes very poorly at the end of Act 3. So at this time, everyone can, go refresh your drinks, refresh yourself. Titania, I would like the commitment to that sleep was amazing. You can go ahead and break that for just a minute. And we will see you guys all back in 15 minutes for Act 3. Welcome back, everybody. I hope everyone had a very nice rest and a chance to refresh. But as we left, the traps were all... I'm not going to use that again. Come on. We don't need
Your
to return
bard,
to
the
that
original.
well. Something better than that. The plots were all set.
The plot thicks.
The plot thickens, love. And so does Bottom's what should I say, prospects coming up here. So we have a thick plot and a thick bottom ready to roll. Come on, you knew I was gonna go there. You knew it was gonna have to happen.
This is true. I should know by now.
All right. Well, in that case, are all our players ready? Then on we must go to Act 3, Scene 1.
Are we all met?
Pat, Pat. It is a marvelous, convenient place for a rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage. This hawthorn break our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you they?
My lake and a perilous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom, the weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it. I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies in a most dreadful thing. For there is not a more fearful, wildful than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man as other men are. And there indeed, let him name his name and tell them plainly he is Snug, the joiner.
Well, it will be so. But there is 2 hard things. That is, to bring the moonlight into a chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar. Look in the almanac, find out moonshine. Find out about moonshine.
Ah, yes, it doth shine that night.
Why then, may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at that casement.
Aye. Or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern and say he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Then there's another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through a chink in the wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify the wall, and let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son-in-law as your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here? So near the cradle of the fairy queen. What a play toward! I'll be an auditor, and an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savor sweet.
Odors. Odors.
Odors, savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus that never played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry, must you? For you must understand he goes but to see a noise that he heard and to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, most brisky juvenile, and eke most lovely Jew, as truest horse that yet would never tire, I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus's tomb, man. Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It's never tire.
Oh. As truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair, Thisbe, I were only thine.
Monstrous! How strange we are haunted! Pray, masters, fly! Help!
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about the round, and through the bog, and through the bush, and through the brake, and through the briar. And sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometimes a fire, a neigh, a bark, a grunt, a roar, and burn. Like a horse, a hound, a hog, bear, fire, at every turn.
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom. Bless thee. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing that they shall hear. I am not afraid. The ouzel cock so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the thrush with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo gray, whose note full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer nay. For indeed, who would sit his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would give the bird the lie, though he crow cuckoo never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, the reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, and mustard seed.
Ready.
And I. And I.
Moth dear, where happened to you be?
And I.
And I.
Where shall we go?
Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, and with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honeybags steal from the humble bees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs, and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes, to have my love to bed, and to arise. And pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal!
Hail!
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 I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech you, worship's name.
Cobweb!
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman.
Peas blossom.
I pray you, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peascod, your father. Good Master Peas Blossom, I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. Your name, I beseech you, sir.
Mustard seed.
Good mustard seed, I know your patience well. That same cowardly, giant-like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue, bring him silently.
And that's the end of Act 3, Scene 1. And we are on to Act 3, Scene 2. Oberon, we can't hear you. The fairies can't hear you.
It's a shame that no fairies can hear me. I wonder if Titania be awaked. Then, what was next that next came in her eye? Or she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love, near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour. A crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that work for bread upon Athens stalls, were met together to rehearse a play, intended for the great Theseus's nuptial day. In the shallow, thick skin of that barren soul who previous presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered into a break. When I did him at disadvantage shake, and asses no, I fixed upon his head, don his this which must be answered. Oh, forth my minute comes, when they spy him as wild geese, and their creeping fallow eye, and russet patches, horse and many sports, rising, cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. At the sight, his fellows fly, and in our stamp over it and over, and in one falls. He cried, "Murders!" and Athens calls. Their science in this week, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begun to do them wrong. For briars and thorns, then appeal snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them in distracted fear, and let sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania awakened, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice as did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, and that is finished too. And the Athenian's woman by his side, that when they wake, of force, she must be eyed.
Oh, this is the same Athenian. This is the woman, but not this.
This is the woman, but this is not the man.
That's what I said. Oh, why rebuke you? Or that's not my line.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being our shoes in blood plunge in the deep, and kill me too, the sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with the antipodes. It cannot be that thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him, then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true even for my sake. Dost thou have looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent never adder stung.
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for debt that bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure it will pay, for if for his tender, here I make some stay.
Master, they can't quite hear you. You might want to allow them to hear you, Master.
Thank you, Puck. I appreciate it. But what hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice of some true love's sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned, not a false turned true.
And fate overrules that, and one man's holding trough, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that costs the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, see thou bring her here. I'll charm her eyes against she do appear.
I go. Look how I go, swifter than an arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Mm-hmm. Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink an apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand. The youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Shh. Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to wake.
Then two at once woo one, and that must needs be sport alone. And those things do best please me, that all befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, O devilish holy fray. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me put into scales will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helena, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe and show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow. That pure congealed white, high Taurus's snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow when thou holdest up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Spite, oh hell! I see you are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so to vow and swear and super praise my parts when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena? A trim exploit, a manly expertise to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to you to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so. For you love Hermia. This you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. If fair I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her was as guest-wise sojourned, and now to Helen it is home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou be it clear. Look, where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found, mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love doth press go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him bide fair Helena, who more englides the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know that the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think, it cannot be.
Lo, she's one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent, when we have child the hasty-footed time for parting us, is all forgot? All school days friendships, childhood innocence? We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together, like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet a union in partition. Two lovely berries molded on one stem. So with two seeming bodies, but one heart. Two of the first, like coats and heraldry, but due but to one, crowned with one crest. And will you rend our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly. 'Tis not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this? To her he hates. And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth, affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What though I be not so in your grace as you, so hung upon with love so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved? This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Preserver, counterfeit, sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink each at other, hold the sweet jest up. The sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare ye well. 'Tis partly mine own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
No, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, whereto tends all this?
Away, you Ethiop!
No, he'll seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou burr, vile thing! Let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What changes this, sweet love?
Thy love! Out, tawny Tartar! Out! Out, loathed medicine! Oh, hated potion, hence!
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What? Should I hurt her? Strike her? Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I would not harm her so.
What, can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile, since night you loved me. Yet since night you left me. Why then, you left me. Oh, the gods forbid. In earnest, shall I say?
Aye, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh, me. You juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love. What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Ein in faith, have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you so grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak, how low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I'm a right mate for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think because she is something lower than myself that I can match her.
Lower, hark again.
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I ever did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you, save that in love unto Demetrius I told him of your stealth into this wood. He followed you, and for love I followed him. But he hath chid me hence, and threatened to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me, too. And now, so you will let me quiet go to Athens, will I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why? Get you gone. Who is it that hinders you?
Foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
When she's angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little? Again? Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her.
Get gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering not grass maid, you bead, you acorn.
You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena, take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abbey it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou dearest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You, mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you, I, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else committ'st thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did you not tell me that I should know the man by the Athenian garment he had on? And so far, blameless proves my enterprise that I am not an Athenian's eyes. And so far, I am glad I did so sort. As their jangling, I esteem is a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hie, therefore, Robin, o'ercast the night. The starry well can cover thou anon with drooping fog as black as Archeron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one cannot within another's way. Like to Lysander coming frame thy tongue. Then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong, and sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou leadst them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property. Take him from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next awake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. And back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy. And then I will her charmed eye release from monsters' views, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done in haste, for night-swift dragons have cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's hairbringer, at which approach ghosts, wandering here and there, trump home to the churchyards, damn spirits all, that in crossways and floods have burial, already to their wormy beds are gone, for fear least they should look upon their shames upon. They willfully themselves exile from light, and must I consort with black-bowered night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even till the eastern gate all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding, haste, make no delay, we may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready, where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me, then, to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak. Some bush? Where dost thou hide in thy head?
Thou coward, thou art bragging to the stars, telling the bushes thou art for wars. Willst not come? Come, recreant, come, thou child. I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me and still dares me on when I come where he calls, and then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster did he fly. Then that fallen am I in dark uneven way, and here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, for if but once thou shown me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius, and I'll revenge this spite.
Ho, ho, coward! Willst thou not?
Abide me, if thou darest. For well I wot thou runnest before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand nor look at me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay then, thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy this deer if I ever I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
Weary night, a long and tedious night. Fate thy hours, shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight, and from these that my poor company detest, and sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me away from mine own company.
Yet but three, come one more. Two of both kinds make four. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid's a knavish lad. Thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe.
Oh no, did our Hermia freeze?
Oh, shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound, and I'll apply to your eye gentle lover's remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in sight thy former lady's eye. And the country proverb known that every man shall take his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, and naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
All right, and that is the end of Act 3.
So if you got your bingo cards, I think we have mistaken identity. We've got love triangle. This is more of like a love quadrilateral, I guess. What else do we have? Consent issues. We've got that one. Nice. Well done. Rigid patriarchy. Okay. What else is on our Shakespeare bingo card for tonight?
Bestiality. Old-fashioned racism.
Being a
There we go. Yeah.
Death sentence.
Death sentences. Okay.
A
We've got
long
those.
series of puns about lying and lied.
Yes. All right. So there's many ways to lie with the person you're lying to.
Short jokes.
Look, all I need to fix this is more love potions. Love potions for everyone.
Exactly.
You stay away with me from those love potions.
You get a drink, and you get a drink, and you get a drink. Actually, no, these are all getting squirted in everyone's eyes. These are like,
It's my new eye palette.
Let me just talk about that for a second. Like, we're gonna put like flower love potion juice in these people's eyes. Like, ow.
Let's be real, it's just Oberon's new eye palette.
Midsummer Night's Dream, also known as being a teenager, is exhausting.
Midsummer Night's Visine.
They have a thing about the poison in your ear and love potion in your
Special
eye.
eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well, now that we've gotten the mortals almost sorted out, let's see what ridiculous issues the Queen of Fairies has gotten herself into as we move to Act 4, Scene 1.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair, large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peace Blossom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peace Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready.
Monsieur Cobweb, good monsieur, get you your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on the top of a thistle. And good monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, monsieur. And good monsieur, have a care the honey bag break not. I'd be loath to have you overflown with the honey bag, senor. Where's mustard seed?
Ready.
Give me your knife, monsieur mustard seed. Pray you. Leave your courtesy, good monsieur.
Oh, what's your will?
Nothing, good monsieur, but to help cavalry cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's, monsieur, for methinks I am marvellous hairy about the face, and I am such a tender ass, if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What, wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I'm a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongues and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly, a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that will seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I had rather to have a handful or two of dried peas. But I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist. The female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Master, you're having some issues with talking again.
It's been one of those nights, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For meeting her of late behind the woods, seeketh sweet favors from this hateful fool. I did upbraid her and fall out of love with her. For she is hairy temples, then had rounded with a coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew, which sometime on the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now with the pretty floweret's eyes, like ears that did their own disgrace bewail when I had my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience. I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy. I will undo this hateful imperfection on her eyes. And gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, awakening, when the other do, may all to Athens back again repair. And think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be, see as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while, Robin, take off his head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep of all these five the sense.
Music, oh, music such as charmeth sleep.
Now when thou wakest, with thine own full eyes peep.
Sound music! Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these lovers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it to all fair prosperity. There shall the pairs of faithful lovers be wedded with Theseus, all in jollity.
Fairy King, attendant Mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after the night's shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight tell me how it came this night that I was sleeping here was found, with these mortals on the ground.
Oh, one of you, find out the forester. For now our observation is performed, and since we have the vower of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western valley, let them go. Dispatch, I say. Find the forester. We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Candace once, when in a wood of Crete they bayed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for beside the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard such musical discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind, so fluid, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that swept away the morning dew. Crook-kneed dewlapped like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but matched in mouths like bells, each under each. The cry more tunable was never hollowed to, nor cheered with horn, in Crete, and Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge when you hear, but soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep, and this Lysander, this Demetrius is, this Helena, old Nader's Helena. I wonder of their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here and grace our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is not the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin these woods birds but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world that hatred is so far from jealousy? That sleep I hate, fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking, but as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly I would speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone to Athens, where we might, without the peril of Athenian law.
Enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, they would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife, and me of my consent. Of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this, their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them, fair Helena in fancy following me. But, my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is, my love to Hermia melted as the snow, seems to me now as the remembrance of an idol god which in my childhood I did dote upon, and all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia, but like in sickness did I loathe this food, but as in health come to my natural taste. Now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. But this discourse we'll hear more anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will. For in the temple by and by with us these couples shall eternally be knit. And for the morning now is something worn, or purposed hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turn it into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye when everything seems double.
So methinks. And I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us to follow to the temple.
Why then we are awake. Let's follow him, and by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hi-ho, Peter Quince. Flute the bellows mender. Snout the tinker. Starveling? God's my life stolen hence and left me asleep. I've had a most rare vision. I've had a dream, past the wit of a man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass, if he go about to expound this dream. Methought I was there. Is no man can tell what? Methought I was, and methought I had. The man is but a patched fool if he would offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste. His tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom, and it will sing it in the latter end of a play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
All right, and that is the end of Act 4, Scene 1, and we are on to Act 4, Scene 2.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt, he is transported.
If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward. Doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all of Athens able to discharge Pyramus, but he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yea, and the best person too, and he is a very paramour for a sweet voice.
Oh, you must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom. Thus hath he lost 6 pence a day during his life. He could not have escaped 6 pence a day. And the Duke had not given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus, I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 pence a day in Pyramus, or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Bottom! Oh, most courageous day! Oh, most happy hour!
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what. For if I tell you I am no true Athenian, I will tell you everything, right as it fell out.
Well, let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the youth hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace. Every man look o'er his part. For the short and the long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen, and let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall not hang out for the lion's claws. And most dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt but to hear them say, it is a sweet comedy, no more words. Away, go away.
All right, that's the end of Act 4.
All right, we're ready to wrap things up. I like everyone in the chat looking for this play, Bottom's Dream. I need this to happen. I need the spin-off spoof of like Bottom's take of everything that happened in the woods. Just a slapstick, like doesn't take more than 10 minutes, I'm sure. But man.
Look, man, it's been a long day and I really hate the effing mechanicals.
There's this from Too Much Light Makes a Baby Go Blind, a sketch comedy group in Chicago. There's a 1 minute or 2 minute version of the entire play of Midsummer Night's Dream.
Nice.
It's the most hilarious thing in the world, and if anybody can find it, I'm desperate to watch it again.
Sounds like it'd be a cool little one act to do.
So, you know, if everyone still has their bingo cards out, we're getting ready to mark a lot of these. And especially one of the best ending speeches ever in all of Shakespeare. This last act has it all. And I is fan. So, you guys ready to light this fire?
Light this candle.
Then away we go to Act 5, scene only.
"'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of."
More strange than true. I may never believe these antique fables nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, all his frantic, sees Helen's beauty on a brow of Egypt. The poet's eye, in fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven, and his imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown. The poet's pen turns them to shapes and gives to airy nothing a local habitation and name. Such tricks hath strong imagination that if would but apprehend some joy, comprehend some bringer of that joy, or in the night imagining some fear, how is he a bush, suppose a bear?
But all the story of the night told over and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesses than fancy imagines, and grows something of great constancy, but however strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends. Joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More then to us wait in your royal walks, your boards, your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where's our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play? To ease the anguish of a torturing hour. Call Philostrate.
Here, my Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mask, what music? How shall we beguile the lazy time if not with some delight?
Here is a brief. How many sports are ripe? Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle with centaurs to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Yeah, we'll have none of that. That I've told my love and glory of my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. That is an old device, and it was played when I was from Thebes came last to conquer. The thrice three muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. That is some satire keen and critical, not sorting with a nuptial ceremony. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love, Thisbe. Very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical. Tedious and brief. That is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I am known to play, but by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in the play there is not one apt word, one player fitted. It is tragical, my lord, it is, for Pyramus doth kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made my eyes water. But more merry tears, the passion of laughter, never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds until now, and have toiled their unbreathed memories with this play against your nuptial.
Then we will hear
it. No. My noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world. Unless you find sport in their intents, extremely sketched, and con through Coupain to do you service.
I will hear that play. For never anything could be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness overcharged and in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kinder way to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake, and what poor duty cannot do. Noble respect takes in might, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have purposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes. Where I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practiced accent and their fears, and in conclusion, dumbly have broke off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet, out of this silence yet, I picked a welcome. And in the modesty of fearful duty, I read as much as from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence, love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity, in least speak most to my capacity.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him come forward, let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill, that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to contest you. Our true intent is all for your delight. We are not here that you should here repent. You, the actors, are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow does not stand on points.
He hath rid his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not the stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed. He hath played on his prologue like a child on a recorder. Sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Gentles, perhaps you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you should know. This beautiful lady, Thisbe is certain. This man with Lyman rough cast doth present Wall. That vile Wall which did these lovers sunder, and through Wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man with lanthorn, dog, and bush of thorn presenteth moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus's tomb. There then to woo this grisly beastie, the lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slay, whereat with bloody blameful blade, he barely broached his boiling bloody breast. And Thisbe tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, Wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may when many asses do.
In this interlude it doth befall that I, one snout by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think that in it are a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper often very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, this stone doth show that I am that same wall. And the truth is so, and that cranny is right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
Is the wittiest partition that I ever heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim looking night, oh night with hue so black, oh night which ever art when day is not, oh night, alack, 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 I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot, and thou, oh wall, oh sweet, oh lovely wall, that standest between her father's ground and mine, thou wall, oh sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove, shield thou well for this. But what see I? No, Thisbe, do I see? Oh, wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sure he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She's to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see, it will fall pat as I told you. Yonder, here she comes.
O wall, full often hast thou heard my moans, for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up with thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love thou art, my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lamander am I trusty still.
And I, like Helen, till the fates me kill.
No Cephalus to Procrus was so true.
As Cephalus to Procrus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straight away?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, the wall, my part discharged, so, and being done, away this wall must go.
Now is the moon down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that I have ever heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
You, ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here when lion rough in wildest rage doth roar. Then know that I, as Smug the joiner, am a lion fell, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast, of a good conscience.
A very best at a beast, my lord, that I e'er saw.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. That is well. Leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He's no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man, and the moon do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lanthorn. How else is it the man in the moon?
He dares not come there for the candle, for you see, it is already in snuff.
I am aweary of this moon. Would he would change.
It appears by his small light of discretion that he is in the wane. But yet, in courtesy and all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that the lanthorn is the moon. I, the man in the moon. This thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lanthorn, for all these are in the moon. Ooh, but silence. Here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where is my love?
Rawr!
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly the moon shines with good grace.
Well moused, lion.
And then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by the gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisby's sight. But stay, oh spite, but mark poor night. What dreadful dole is here? Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear, what stained with blood? Approach, ye furies fell. Oh, fates, come, come, cut thread and thrum, quail, crush, conclude and quail.
The passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart. I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lion's frame? Since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound, out sword, and wound the pap of Pyramus. I that left pap where heart doth hop, thus die. I thus. Now I am dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight.
No die, but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Less than an ace, man, for he is dead. He is nothing.
With the help of the surgeon, he might yet recover and prove an ass.
How chance Moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover.
She will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A moat will turn the balance. Which Pyramus, which Thisbe, is the better? He for a man, God warrant us. She for a woman, God bless us.
She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means violence to...
Asleep, my love? What? Dead, my dove! Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak, quite dumb! Dead! A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone, lovers make moan. His eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, since you have shore with shears his thread of silk. Tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword, come, blade, my breast imbue. And farewell, my friends. Thus Thisbe ends. Adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and Wall too.
No, assure you, the wall is down. That parted their fathers. Will it please you to see the epilogue or to hear a burlesque dance between two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray you. Your play needs no excuse. Never excuse, for when the players are all dead, there needs none to be blamed. Marry, if he that writ it had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is, truly, very notably discharged. But come, your burger mask, lay your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers, to bed. It's almost fairy time. I fear we shall not sleep the coming morn, as much as we this night have overwatched. This palpable gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gait of night. Sweet friends, to bed. fortnight hold we this solemnity and nightly revels, a new jollity.
And now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the plowman he snores, all with weary task foredone. Now the wasted brands do glow, while the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now's the time of night when all the graves gaping wide lets every forth his sprite, and in the churchway past do glide. And we fairies that do run by triple hectic's team from presence to the sun, following darkness like a dream. Now frolic, not the mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. And I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Though the house have give glimmering light by the dead and drowsy fire, every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar, and this ditty after me sing and dance it trippingly.
First rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace will we sing and bless this place.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be. And the issue there create, ere shall be fortunate. So shall all these couples three, ere true be in loving be. And the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. Ne'er mole, hair lip, nor scar, nor mark prodigious such as are despised in nativity shall upon their children be. With this field do consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless, through this palace with sweet peace. And the owner of it blessed ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended. That you have but slumbered here, whilst these visions did appear. And thus weak and idle theme, no more yielding, but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as an honest puck, if we have earned honored luck, now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, or else a puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
Yes. Puck, yes.
Love it.
Everybody, love it. We can't hear you snapping at home, but we know you are. Snaps all around for all of our lovely performers tonight. Always new surprises, always new takes that we didn't think we wanted. I think it came up more than a few times how much we loved Patrick Warburton gracing our stage tonight to take care of the role of Theseus for us. It's just such a good pick. Good.
You're welcome. Whatever. Easy.
There was a comment in the chat that they really need Theseus to say spoons. So would you please oblige our audience with that?
Spoons.
Thank
Come,
you.
friend Arthur.
I love it. And Finn, you were getting a lot of love in the chat too. I think you surprised everybody because they don't normally get to hear you and I act because we're hosting this. But apparently you blew some people away with your vocal talents.
Whatever.
Trying to give you a compliment.
Okay, I'll take the freaking compliment. If that's what you really want to hear me say. I just channeled all that inner dad rage when all the when all the players, all the mechanicals just could not get their act together. Literally.
It's so good.
Everything was on point. Like that mechanical scene. How many of those
y'all are getting
Ian,
more
did you guys
creative by the show.
Right. And the audience has got to remember, and I'm addressing you guys, dear audience, that we don't rehearse these. So anything that you guys see is all completely off the cuff and random, and we had no idea. That's why you see a lot of shocked laughing from us, because we have no idea that there's going to be a actual wall popping up in our screen, or even the give us your hands with us all raising our hands. That's all unscripted and just happens naturally, which is why this is so fun and great to do.
All right, mechanicals, I gotta ask, how many of you guys had those props ready like hours before call tonight, or how many of you scrambled for them?
By the way, the moon was very fun, just FYI. And yes, thank you. And the dog, don't forget your dog. Show your dog. Yeah.
This is just straight up a blanket. Like, I have a throw blanket that I made from some remnants at Joann's.
But I picture it being exactly the same kind of thing that Snug would have thrown over his head.
And so no one worries. Our daughter has another one that she gets to sleep with at night. So we didn't make a stuffed animal. This is a
Although the hardest part of those props was hiding them from the toddler so they didn't go missing.
This is true.
Well,
All
you
right.
guys, everyone did an amazing job tonight. But before we go and before we have to bid you all adieu, we want to give all of our performers who have other presences or projects online elsewhere to a chance to let you know where to find them, where to follow up if you want to see more wonderful, beautiful work from these creatives. Starting out, Miss Melodic, tell us where we can find you.
I can be found on Twitter and Twitch at Melodic Blue. And you can also, on my Twitch, you can also find the link to my Discord there. And I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Thank you. And then we have Miss Sarah B.
Hi, you can find me at Twitter at Sarah B. Strange. I'm just kind of hanging out right now, but if you're looking for more players on a TTRPG stream, hit me up.
Absolutely. Ye Old Dragon.
Well, you can find me on the Twitter sphere at Ye Old at Draconic Verses, excuse me, and on Twitch, my channel is Ye Old Dragon. I'm not doing too much myself right now either. So again, if anybody wants a cranky old dragon on a TTRPG stream, I'm your lizard.
I also just replugged your TeePublic link in the chat
Yes,
so that
thank
people
you.
can go buy your shirts.
Thank you very much. I do have a little thing where I make designs for T-shirts and
they're so good.
Other accoutrements. Some D&D inspired, some nerd inspired, and a few Shakespeare inspired by our wonderful cast.
Yes, a lot of our running gags and in jokes, especially forsooth.
Forsooth.
We all have to find a forsooth, as many forsooths as we can in the show.
Now we have to drink.
There we go. Everyone do it. All right. But yes, he has a lovely forsooth shirt design, some very lovely bard shirt designs.
Travels I just saw in the chat too.
And then we have Casey.
That's me. You can catch me forgetting to unmute on my own channel, KCT92 on Twitch. I have a late cover-to-cover episode with Gamer Mom Luna from the How I Nerd channel on Tuesday, so check in with that. And also, myself and our friend Julia down below are both doing a Masks: A New Generation stream on my channel on Fridays starting next week. So tune in for that and see us do superhero stuff.
Awesome, thanks. Next we have Traveler Farlander.
Thank you. You can find me on Twitter at TWFarland. I've just started a new thing on YouTube discussing what role-playing games there are out there aside from everyone's favorite 5e. It's called How Else Do We Roll? You can find it by searching that. I've started with Labyrinth Lord, and I'm moving on, I think, next to Troika.
Sounds awesome. Next we have Miss Lindsay.
Hi, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Lindsay Zana, just my name, and I'm on Facebook under Lindsay Zana as well. I am a voiceover artist. I do a lot of podcast work, and I have a musical that I filmed this summer that we filmed on a green screen, one actor at a time, having never rehearsed in the same room before. And it's dropping next week. So I'll post it on all my social media. It's called Fly, 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 and it's really, really cool.
That's awesome. Yes, we'll make sure to relink that or retweet that on all of ours as well. So then we have Julia.
Hi, so I can be found at Drow Delphi on Twitter or at Delphinian Drow for some more adult content. I am a TTRPG streamer, kind of, and artist, so if you're looking for anybody to play, you can hit me up. But if you're also just looking for anybody to do some art of your characters for your stream, hit me up for that as well on either of those accounts.
Oh, wait, you do art?
I do art.
Okay, I'm gonna hit you up.
Alrighty.
Our producer swoops down upon you. All right, then we have Miss Gleam Demon.
Well, I think I'm going to get a similar reaction here because I think she forgot about this part. So I'm Gleam Demon. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and here on Twitch at that name. I am a aspiring voice actor. I am a digital artist.
I did forget about that, I'm sorry.
Specializing in character design. I think we have my link somewhere. If not, you can grab it over on my Twitch page. I play a bunch of RPG style games as well as Warframe. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings at 10 a.m. Yeah, I'm a daytime player for the most of you. Central Standard US time. But every other week when I'm not here hanging out with Shakespeare, I'm also playing in a tabletop game called High Seas Hijinks over on twitch.tv/polishedcryptid. And that's at about 8 p.m. US Central time.
Nice. Then we have Miss Jordan.
Hi, everybody. I'm at D&D Jordan Lee, pretty much everywhere. I'm over in the Thread Raiders community. I'm one of the admins. I love to play a bunch of different games. We actually are going to be doing, with the wonderful help from Devin and Goblin Katie, we will be starting on October 3rd, Icewind Dale. So come check us out. We will also be doing Extra Life signups. We'll be doing a charity stream weekend in November. So if anybody would like to come hang out or help us out in any way, we're always looking for DMs, players, and the like. But thank you so much for having me back again.
We loved having you. And I think that's a good segue to our very own Babs the Bat.
Oh, hey. It's me. I'm so happy to have gotten to show my face tonight. I absolutely love producing.
As are we.
I love producing this show, you guys. Y'all just amaze me every week, and I'm so proud of you guys, and I just love you so much. I'm being sappy stage mom right now. But you can find me here on the Chaotic Tiefling channel. I have a Tuesday night trivia show that I do at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday nights. This coming Tuesday is going to be Batman. I will be in full cosplay. It will happen. Please come join. We have amazing prizes. It's super easy to play along. You literally just show up.
Super easy to win, too.
Hey, yeah, it really is. And then I do a show I call Babs Fails at Video Games over on the Rock Punch ATL channel. I'm the social media community manager for them. That is on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's me just sucking at video games. I'm doing a KOTOR playthrough right now, and that's super fun. And then this coming Sunday, tomorrow, tomorrow you can find me on the Rock Punch ATL channel joining the D4 show that I also very happily help produce. But I'm at the table this time. We're doing a one-shot for Extra Life, and we're doing an all kobolds game run by the amazing Patrick Logan. I'm playing a mounted cavalier kobold who rides a giant badger named Hokey, and my name is Pokey. And we have some other really fun concepts. The amazing Critical Bard is also part of the cast, playing a Cubone inspired kobold, and it's gonna be really fun. We've got an amazing cast, so come join. Donations do affect the game, so if you want to just like wreck our world and make it even more utter chaos than it will already be, please donate to d4extralife.com and just send in chaos. There's some really amazing stretch goals as well that we want to get to, including an in-game Dungeons and Dragons on D4 with some of the characters, and also the cast and crew of D4 is going to do a Reaper Pepper challenge if we hit a certain stretch goal. So go donate.
Awesome.
Go donate. It's going to be so fun. And it's Extra Life season. It's for the kids. Help if you can. If you cannot, just help share the link around. Anything is appreciated. So I'm going to get off my soapbox now.
No, it was a great soapbox. It was lovely. All right, and last but not least, we have our amazing Theseus, Mr. Brian Clements.
Hey, everybody. I don't have anything to plug for myself personally. I want to ask everybody to think about the teachers in their lives that have made a difference. All of us have had them. Some of us on this stream hopefully are them, and are working hard to make this work for all of our students. If you could go to donorschoose.org and look up projects in your area or look up projects in places that you know need the help. There are teachers out there that are doing amazing things for kids of all ages and in all different areas, whether it's the arts, whether it's science and STEM, whether it's the humanities. My project that I started pre-pandemic bought 70 new novels for a book club project at my school, which is half Title I or half Free Maurice Lunch. And those donors have made a huge difference in those students' lives in getting them access to the things they need. So if you're able, go to donorschoose.org, look up somebody who's nearby you, look up a school near you, look up somebody who's in need and help them out with that. So thank you to everybody who's ever done that. We just found out actually at our school, we asked for, through Amazon, we asked through donations of calculators, and our community got up and sent almost 300 graphing calculators to Wheeler to be donated to students for them to use while they're learning virtually. And that has made a difference, and it does. It really, really does. So again, donorschoose.org, send out for those students, okay? Thanks, everybody.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you, Brian. Guys, we are immensely happy that you joined us here tonight for our reading of A Midsummer Night's Dream. Please tell others about the show. The video Ds are up for all of our previous episodes and will soon be up for this episode as well. Right here on Chaotic Tiefling, as we get closer to October, our schedule is going to change slightly for our next show, which is actually going to serve as the season finale of season 1 for What Streams May Come. Don't worry, we've got plans. It is just a season of many projects in many veins of our lives. So don't worry, there will be plenty of wonderful new Chaotic Tiefling content coming to you on the weekends, featuring some familiar faces.
And during the week as well. So we're getting all creative up in here. We've been inspired. So
please join us for our season finale. In that episode, we will be reading Much Ado About Nothing at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on October 17th. So that's a month from now. We are skipping October 3rd, and we're going to be on October 17th. However, between now and then, if you find that you need your little Shakespeare fix in our absence, all of our previous episodes are uploaded on YouTube under the Chaotic Tiefling ATL.
And I'm just going to go off script for a minute to say, everybody, if you are just getting here and you are just joining these shenanigans already in progress and you're thinking, dude, I want to get in on some of that, I have just dropped a link into our Twitch chat where you can find an application to get on board, get into the randomizer, and get on the stream. We are always welcoming more performers, more faces, more voices, more love up in here. So if you want to get on that season 1 finale and you want to be a part of things that we do in the future, please go ahead and join that. We'll also be posting that to all of our social medias this coming week. In the meantime, please toss a sub to your Switchers and show some love to our lovely friend, Babs the Bat, for producing the show on her channel. Without her hard work, we would not be able to bring this to you. If you'd like to connect with us, please follow us on Twitter at either Bloodhaven Bard for me or at Jessica Skell for Miss Jessica Skellington. Oh, and since we're talking about TTRPG games, there's a Bard available if you need one. Actually, I'll play several classes, but we all know what class I default to, I think.
And I will, can I make one little note?
Do it.
So there was some chatter in the chat about wanting to be a part of this, but saying just how amazing and how hard our actors go and being nervous to join this amazing crew of people. The whole point of this show is to give a virtual stage to anyone who wants to be a part of it. If you have never stepped foot on stage before, this is for you. If you are a seasoned actor and you've been laid off of work because of the pandemic, this stage is for you. If you can't be on stage anymore because of health reasons or other stuff like that, this stage is for you. If you've always wanted to be an actor and you don't know how to do that and you just want to give it a try, this stage is for you. We welcome anyone and everyone that is willing to just give this a try. We want to offer a super creative space where everyone feels comfortable to just give it a try. As you can see, our actors feel fairly comfortable just going really hard and making this show just so fun. And they get more and more inspired each week. And if you want to join this crew, we would love to have you.
Absolutely. Well, my dear friends, until the next one, be good to yourself and be good to each other. We will all get through this and back under the stage lights once more.
Give us your hands if we be friends.
We love you.
We'll miss you.
Until it's showtime again.